Hello, children of the universe. Hello, children in the universe. Children in the universe. Calling all children to my platform from 0 to 6 months. Come on, 0 to 16 years old. Calling all children in the universe from 0 to 16 years old. Please come on, children of the universe. 0 to 16 years old. Come on, children. Come on, children. Come on, children, to Miss Yvonne platform. Come on, children. Good morning, children in the universe. We're going to start off by saying, I'm going to start off by saying a prayer. So bow your heads. I'm coming to you today, God, to ask you to bless all of the children in the universe from any harm or anybody's who wish to do the children in the universe harm, God. I'm asking you to protect and secure these children all day and all night. Thank you, God. Amen. Okay, we're going to start off with the division, and I said today we was going to check. And I'm going to go ahead on and work the problems again today, although, I worked them yesterday, but I'm going to go ahead on and work them again today. And the red rose, I'm not going to be doing a video tomorrow, so I want to say today, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the universe. Happy Mother's Day. And wish to see you next year, Mother's Day, in May. This is May 2018, so I wish to see you again May of 2019. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Okay. Now we're going to start working on division. We're going to start with the first problem. One digit. 2 goes into 6. 2 times 3 is what? 6. So 2 going to 6 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. 0. So your remainder is 0. So your answer is 3. Remainder 0. That's your answer. 3, remainder 0. Now we're going to go over and check. How we check? We check with your answer times the number that you divided into and the remainder. So let's start. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 0 is 6. So the answer is right. 6 is 6. Whatever your answer is in a division slot, that your answer should match. Okay, let me put this up again. Just a second. Came down. Put it up again. Okay. Here we go. All right. Just stay. Okay. So that's your answer. And moving on to, give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Get some water. Get some water. Okay, here I'm back. I went to go get me some H2O water. Okay, that's what I drink, water. Okay, so moving on to the second problem. 4 into 9. Remember I taught you multiplication yesterday. So 4 times 2 is what? 8. So you know 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 is larger than 9. So you want to say 4 goes into 9. How many times? 2. Put your 2 at the top. 2 times 4 is what? 8. Bring down 8 from 9 is 1. So your remainder is 1. So your answer is 2. Remainder 1. Let's check. 4 times the number, 4 times your answer, plus the remainder. Let's go do it. 4 times 2 is 8 plus your remainder. What was your remainder? 1. So plus 1 is 9. And 9 is what? The number that you was dividing it to. So therefore you know your answer is right. 9. So you know your answer is right. 9 and 9. So you know your answer is right. But we're going to go back and, go back over slowly. Now we're moving on. 3 and 11. 3 times 4 is what? 12. So 12 is larger than 11, so you know that's can't be 4 times. So you're going to try the next less number. It's 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 can't go to 11, so you're going to say 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract from 11. 9 from 1, you can't take 9 from 1, so you got to borrow from the 1, make it a 0, and make the 1 11. 9 from 11 is 2. So you know your answer is 3. Remainder 2. So let's go over here and check. You're going to multiply your number times the number that you divided into was 3, and you want to multiply it by your answer and add the remainder. So 3 times 3 is 9. The remainder was 2, so say plus 2 and 11. And 11 is the number that you was dividing 3 and 2. So you know 11 is correct, and therefore your answer is correct. So moving on. Now we're doing 2 digits. So we're doing 2 digits. So like I told you yesterday, if you're doing 2 digits, you got 2 steps. So let's do the first step. Okay, the problem is 3 goes into 54. So you don't want to do 3 into 54. You want to divide the first number first, and then the second number second, by putting the remainder that was left first, and then the second number second. And let's do that right now. So 3 into 5 is 1. Because you know 3 times 2 is 6. 6 is bigger than 5. So you know you can't do 2. So the next list number is 1. So 3 times 1 is what? 3. 3 from 5 is what? 2. So 2 is your remainder. But you're not finished because you know you got 2 steps. So behind the 2, you want to do what? Break down the second number, 24. So you're going to take that 24 and put it into the division little block. So you put the 24 here. And then when you do it the second step, instead of dividing 1, because it's 2 steps, so there be 2 numbers. So you're going to do 3 into 24. So you know, 3 times 9 is 27. 27 is larger than 24. So you go with the next list number, 8. So 3 times 8 is what? 24. So 8. 8 times 3 is what? 24. And 24 from 24 is what? 0. So your remainder is 0. So you want to use the numbers on the top as your answer, 1, 8. So you write 1, 8, and remainder 0. So your answer is 18, remainder 0. So now you want to go check. You know, do your multiplication with your answer. Your answer was 18, and remainder 0. So we're going to go over here and we're going to say 18, because you always want to put the big number, what, first. So you're going to say 18 times 3. And the remainder was 0. So you're going to say 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Add your remainder was 0, and your answer is what? 54. And 54 is what? In the number that you was dividing into. So you know your answer is what? Correct. Moving on. The next number is 4 into 68. Remember, first step is divide the first number first. So 4 times 2 is what? 8. 8 is bigger than what? The first number, 6. So you want to go lesser than 2. So now you want to do 1. 4 times 1 is what? 4. 4 can go into 6. So let's do 4 into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract 2. And you bring down what? The second number, 8. And then when you divide the second number, you're going to say, write down the 28. So now you're going to say, because you divide 2 numbers, because the second step always 2 numbers. So 4 goes into 28. How many times? Well, 4 times 8 is what? 32. 32 is larger than 28, so let's try 7. Go down to the next number. So 4 go to 28 7 times. So 7 times 4 is 28, is 0. So your answer is, remember your number's on the top, 17. So your answer is 17. Remainder, 0. Let's go check. So we're going to say 17 times 4. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6, 68. And the number that you was dividing the 4 and 2 was, the number that you was dividing the 2 and 2 was also what? 68. So therefore, you know your answer is right. 17 times 4 is what? 68. So your answer was 17 and the remainder was 0. So 68 plus 0 is 68. That's 68 is correct. Moving on to the next number. 5 into 96. 5 into 96. So 5 into the first number. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 is larger than 9. So you want to go with the next one. It's 1 because 2 is too much. So you go with the lesser number 1. So 1 times 5 is what? 5. 5 from 9 is what? 4. And you bring down to 6. And then you bring down to 46 to be divided into 5. So now you're going to say 2 numbers. 5 times 9. Well, let's say 5 times 10. 50. 50 is larger than 46. So now we got to try the next number. 9. 9 times 5 is what? 45. So 45 is lesser than 46. So we know it's okay to use 9. So 9 times 5 is what? 45. And subtract. 5 from 6 is 1. So you know your answer is what? 19. So you bring in 19. And what is your remainder? 1. So let's go over here and check. 19 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45. Carry your 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. Then plus the 1, the remainder. 5 plus 1 is 6. And write down your 9, 96. And the number that you was dividing 5 into is 96. So you know your answer is what? Your answer is right. So that is your 2 digits. Now we move into the 3 digits. 3 digits. The first number is 7. 6 go into 7. Well, 6 goes into 7. Let's say 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 is bigger than 7, so you know to go with 1. And 1 times 6 is 6. 6 lesser than 7, so we can use it. And subtract 6 from 7, 1, and break down the second number. Put your second number in there. Now you know to divide both numbers because second. 6 times 6 times 3 is 18. 18 is bigger than 12. So now you go with 2. 6 times 2 is what? 12. So break it down. 6 times 2 is 12. 0. So what we have 0, 0, 1. And 6 can't go into 1 no times. So we put 0 here. 0 times 6 is 0. So your answer is 0, 0, 1. So you will write down 3 numbers, 1, 2, 0. So your answer is 120, remainder 1. Let's go check. 120, you know you write your big number first, times the small number, 6. So 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 12 is 2, carry your 1, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus the 1, 1, 2, 7. And your answer goes into the 6, into 6, 7, 21, and your answer when you multiply is what? 721. Therefore, you know your answer is correct. Moving on to the next number. 7 going to 840. Start with the first number. 7 times 2 is 14. You know 14 is larger than 7. So you want to now go with the less number is 1. 1 times 7 is what? 7. 7 is smaller than 8, so you can use it. So you subtract 7 from 8 is 1, and you write down a 4. Then you put the 14 into your second number. Then you say 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 is larger than 14, so you won't go with your less number. There's 2. 7 times 2 is 14, so you know 14 can go into 14 one time, so you're going to use 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay. And your answer is 0. So you want to use 3, so 0, 0, and 0. So 7 goes into 0, 0 time. And your remainder going to be 0. So your answer is what? 120. Let's go over here and check. 120 times 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 840. And the number that you divided 7 into was 840. So therefore you know your answer is correct. Moving on. 9 goes into 380. Starting with the first number. 9 goes into 3. 9 can't go into 3. So you put down a 0. And you bring down a 0. And you write 3, 8. Then you move to the second step. The second step is 38. So 9 goes to 38. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 is larger than 38. So we're going to now say 9 times, we know 9 times 5 is 45. 45 is larger than 38. Now we're going to say 4. 9 times 4 is 36. So 36 is smaller than 38. So we're going to use 4. 4 times 9 is 36. Remainder 2. So you bring your 2 here. Because you're not through. So you say 0, 2, 0. So you say 9 goes into 20. Let's say 3 times. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 is larger than 20. So now you're going to use 2. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 can go into 20. So 9 times 2 is 18. Subtract 8 from 0. You can't. You got to borrow from the 2. So 8 from 10 is 2. So your remainder is 2. So therefore your answer is 42. Remainder 2. Let's go check. 9 times 42, remainder 2. So you say 42 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 4 is 36 plus 1 is 37, plus 2 is 0, plus 1 is 8, and 380. So you know your answer is what? The 9 was going in divided by 380, and your answer is 380. So therefore, you know your answer is what? Correct. That's how you do division. So therefore, every number that you multiply should be into the block. So you see the 6, when you multiply, it should also give you what? 6. You see the 9, when you multiply, you should also see the 9. So whatever number you is dividing the whole number into, that should match when you multiply.
It's 10 o'clock.
And if it don't, your answer is wrong, and go back, children, and rework your problem. And you should make your A's. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, children. I hope Miss Yvonne was easy to explain to you how to work division problems. I hope this will help you make your A's, do your steps. One number, you just divide into one number. When you divide 2 numbers, you know it's 2 steps. When you divide 3 numbers, it's 3 steps. When you divide 4 numbers, it's 4 steps. When you divide 5 numbers, it's 5 steps. And your answer will be on the top when you divide, and that's your answers. So if you say 2 and a 6 go 3 times, you know your answer is on top of I would say square root. It's not a square root, but I would just say the division block. So when it's sitting on top of the division block, that's the answer. So this 1 and 8, 1 and 8 is the answer. The remainder 0. So that's your answer. So 1, 2, 0. 1, 2, 0. You know your answer should always, if it's 3 numbers, you have 3 numbers. If it's 2 numbers, it should have 2 numbers. And if it's 1 number that you divide, it should have 1 number. If it's 4 numbers, it should have 4 numbers. So always remember that. Your answers should always have the amount of numbers you're dividing. So that will help too. Keep that in mind. So see y'all. I'm in grad school, so I start Monday, and I will not be able to be doing videos because I'm doing human resource management. So I still be trying to put up some work for you guys. I think I'm gonna work on the pronouns, nouns, verbs, adjectives. The next time I put up a video. So I'm moving on to grammar. So I hope this help y'all. It'll be moving a little closer so you can see. I hope it help you. So I'll move it a little closer so you can see my work. So let me just do it like this so you can see. So, yes, hope it help y'all.